Thanks for tuning in. What I'm going to do today is show you some Hendrix style ideas, what he was very good at, apart from generally being an amazing guitar player. He used his chords in a very melodic fashion, if you like, and he would mix the chords with some scale tones and things like that. So we'll kick off with a basic shape of a bar chord. So that's a G major bar chord. I'm going to play it like this, so I'm barring it across there. I'm going to play it like that with my two fingers, just barring the top two strings there. I'm not really going to play the low G. The first lick is the chord, and a very common thing, you've heard it a few times in some of his songs, is so all I'm doing there with my little finger hammering on to the 5th fret of the high E, the 5th fret of the B and the 5th fret of the G, and then pulling off to the notes that are being held down by the other fingers. So we get this. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it? You can continue the theme and just play around with all the notes that you've just played, bringing them back to the fretted notes. We can do the same with minor, really. So again, all I'm doing, hammering on to the 5th fret, back to the 3rd, because that's where I'm holding the strings down. Another idea we can use is an A-shaped chord, so that's rooting on the A string. But instead of playing the standard way, we can play the major third. So this is a C. The major third of C is E. So if we played it there, you can kind of hear it. Oh, boink. Again, that's one of those ideas that you've probably heard a few times. So if we take C, we can slide from the 5th fret of the A string That's quite a nice little idea. So if we take it back to the G, when you come, you can play this little, which again you've probably heard a few times. Which is basically a major pentatonic group. So just playing around, if I'm in C, playing around between the 5th and the 7th fret. Hendrix E kind of thing. Yeah, sounds alright, I think. If you put a few chords together like that, just as a footnote to that last lick I played, all I did there was what I was doing in the C, I just did it from the G. So I played an A-shaped G, played it there from the 10th fret. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Just nice to play around with the chords in a Hendrix type style, really. He did much more than that, obviously, but we're just sort of touching on a few simple ideas. If you like what you saw and you've sort of got something from it, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to comment. So until next time, I'll keep doing what I do. Bye. You're very quiet today, Alfie.